Show you some respect. I'll show you some respect, matey. Sorry, folks. He was just giving me a load of jip because the technology in this place he cannot cope with. I'm very sorry. Again, we were due to have somebody else on, someone from Bradford. Oh, and he's joined us. Danny, can you see us?
It's like the second coming.
See you now, yeah.
So what happens here, Rob? So what happens here? Right, so let me just introduce you. So you know us, me and Robert. This is Danny, who you've met before. Looks like he's in his kitchen. No, what's that? What's that oven behind you?
Oh, it's the fire keeping me warm.
Cold, isn't it, today, Danny?
It is cold. It's cold.
Sun's out, though.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about last week in Bradford and the aftermath of that and how good it was, and we all agree that. We'll talk a little bit about the campaign and WILKO92 and the post that's gone out in Batty, selling like hotcakes, by the way. Anything you guys want to talk about in addition to that? Great. I love that lively audience. That's what we do. So
I'm just testing buttons on my screen, Dave. I've got a react button, so I just sent you a thumb up.
Do you? Well, I can't see you.
Can I do that all the time, and then I don't have to speak to you?
Well, you could, Rob, but it sort of defeats the object, doesn't it?
All right.
Anyway,
we're only joking.
We can't, Danny. Have you had many reactions? I know there's been quite a lot of stuff. There was a load of stuff. Robert raised their hand. Open queue. Very good. So, Danny, a week on, what's it been like over in Bradford? Just in terms of reaction, follow-through, talking about it, anything?
Yeah, the day after, they wouldn't shut up about it, saying how brilliant it was. Everybody was just saying. And then when we got to Peacock, it was all same again. Everybody who were bumped into there were talking about it. Yeah, everybody,
including me.
All they've been doing is asking for next turn. When's next one? So,
and have you had any thoughts, Danny, about the next one?
Well, we said we'd do it in New Year now, don't we? Obviously.
Yeah.
We'll pick some.
If you want to come up with, Danny, a date, we'll check it with Howard. I'm sure he'll come because he would have come apart from his wife's birthday this last time. But if you can give me a date, we'll try and fix that and then work around it.
Yeah, we can put something together, can't we? Definitely.
Yeah, we certainly can. And you've already said, Danny, you're going to join us on our tour of the world in terms of supporting, because it did get a bit hectic last Friday.
Yeah, sometimes tend to run away with you, don't they, these events? The little problems become big problems.
It's a good job.
Everything gets flustered. So you need.
Good job I was sober. Good job I was sober.
Yeah, but I mean, in general, I think it went really good. It went really good. The players were fantastic. Jed were fantastic. The crowd were fantastic. And we raised quite a lot of money.
And the WILKO92 attendees were wonderful. Thanks. Yeah, we did, actually. We made a stack of money. We collected more on the night than we did in tickets, which is interesting. People loved it, didn't they? And apart from having to do some chasing up after the event to make sure everyone had paid and make myself look a fool, I thought it was fantastic. Rob, you were almost like directing the affairs in terms of getting the bids. Do you want to just give us a reflection of what it was like behind the control console?
Jed did a brilliant job, didn't he, really? And I was just standing there looking pretty as always. And I, steady on, remembering to try and make a note, or nearly remembering to make a note of what was actually bid for the auction items. But the raffle was so popular. And like I said, honestly, it's a good job I wasn't drunk, because I had enough problems being sober, counting and not giving tickets out, and then tearing them off, and then trying to tear them off and all that lot. But it was all great. I mean, fantastic audience. And so generous as well with the raffle tickets. It's fantastic. Really? I mean, I sold over 600 quid worth of raffle tickets. I didn't know that was possible. In fact, I think we had to use $3, didn't we? Anyway,
It felt like it. It felt like it. But it felt like it when you were ripping them up to put it in the box, weren't they?
Yeah.
Hardest working raffle team in existence. And I know, Danny, you mentioned the Batty print on the night. So
Yeah.
are you still interested in getting one of those?
Yeah, I'll grab one of them off.
If
Yeah,
you are,
yeah, yeah. Put us one to one side. They're fantastic.
Well, we will, but I'd encourage you to get on because we've sold, must be half of them already in the last 3 days. Basically, half of them just gone like that, all over the place. Norway, States, Malta. It's been so popular. I mean, we knew it to be popular, but I wasn't sure it'd be quite this popular. I was trying to keep up with it overnight. Now, having said that, Graham Smith featured us earlier on talking about what Batty said about Wilkinson being boring, but actually he said a range of other things just in the prep around this, because he wouldn't have got involved in this if he didn't rate Wilkinson. They had got a real mutual respect about what they brought to each other, and I think we should disregard that. David Batty, fully behind this, won't come out, and I understand why, etc. But we couldn't believe it when we managed to get him to come forward. I think a lot of people have seen that as a real shock. So, was there any discussion that any of you guys have heard about in terms of the Batty stuff? Because I've seen the stuff on social media and pushing it out, but I don't know. Has there been any local discussion about any of that you're aware of, either of you?
I've not really heard any responses as such. I think, I'm just on the same wavelength, like all these fans. I just thought, well, that'll be a bloody good coup, a big capture to get him on board. And it's fantastic. And the photos of him signing and he's grinning away, I mean, just brilliant. Just remind me of old Batty, So fair dues to him. I mean, not every footballer craves the limelight. He certainly didn't and doesn't. And good luck to him. Love him, always have done. Thought he was a great lad. Saw him around Leeds loads of times. And, he was just funny. He was just a good lad. He'd look over at us in a certain pub or whatever and just nod, and that were it. He didn't have to say out because he didn't want any fuss. I hope, lads. Yeah, great stuff. So, yeah, it's a real coup. It's a real help for the fundraising. So it's brilliant. It's a great painting or illustration as well, isn't it? And obviously he's signed, what is it, 120 of them?
120 of them.
Possibly no more of them.
Well, we're saying definitively no more, but the demand is absolutely fantastic. I think we have to stick to it now, having said that, because it's the rarity stuff and the quality around it, and it is like phenomenal. So, never been out in public before. Danny, just in terms of people's reaction to that, I know there was one guy that bought that. He must have spent about £1,000 on his own. I think there was 2 brothers. Do you know who they are?
No, I were manning the door, mate. I didn't see who were doing what. I was on the century.
You were doing a manful job.
Were they Icelandic lads?
No,
were they from Iceland and Vikings? Yeah, I don't know how they got there. I think it's down to Julie Trimble, that. I think because she spread word far and wide amongst the Leeds lot. So if it wasn't Leeds, Bradford related, it came from the Leeds branch areas.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it would, when they first came in, I was hearing them talk. I was thinking, where you lot from? And then I asked them, they were from Iceland.
Pontefract like Robert.
Murfield. Lancashire.
No, it was brilliant to see. I think there were 8 of them, weren't there? I think there were 8.
Yeah, I think that's right.
They were fantastic. Yeah, I mean, obviously it would have made their weekend as well, travelling across from Iceland to go and see a game, but having a night like that before. So, yeah, it was fantastic for them.
Yeah, brilliant stuff.
And they were spending plenty of money back.
I suppose what we also just need to reflect on is, unfortunately, the weekend didn't finish that great, did it? We need to say a little bit about the football. So, I don't know. Danny, have you got any reflections on the Tottenham game?
Well, I mean, looking at the game, we didn't get thrashed. I mean, it could have gone either way. I mean, they had the better quality on the wings than us. We couldn't deal with their wingers. But besides that, no, I think we stood his ground. I mean, I thought a draw would have been a fair result.
Yeah.
You
Totally
thought,
agree.
Yeah,
you thought much
I
the
think a
same,
draw
Rob,
would have
didn't
been
you?
fair.
Sorry,
Rob, you
Dave.
thought much the same, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I think I said so on here, didn't I?
I think so. I just forget we've done so many of these.
Yeah, I know. And their first goal were a crucial deflection. Second, I'm not sure if it were a crucial deflection. It certainly was deflected, though. So, yeah, I mean, we deserved at least a draw. But I suppose, like I said before the season started, I would have been probably expecting not to win and probably expecting to lose to a strong Tottenham team. And they were, but they're not playing well. And then again, though, to counter that, what are they, second or third now? And if that's
Like that.
if that's top Premier League, then we've performed pretty well against them. Okay, we didn't turn up against Arsenal, but otherwise, I think we're finding our feet very well, and I think we've got plenty to look forward to. I still do think we're going to be lower half of of the league.
Well, we'd settle for that, though, wouldn't we? We'd settle for lower half.
Well,
go down, wouldn't we?
it's the age-old argument, isn't it? Do you want really crap and no entertainment at all, but to survive, or would you like to survive and go for it? Or is relegation, but at least entertaining football like we got with Bielsa, is that out of the question? I don't know. I mean, a lot of people I know just can't stand the Premier League anyway. But when you're in the same sport, you're trying to do the best for yourselves and for the supporters, and onwards and upwards is really what you want. But then again, when you matches on Saturdays or whatever, or bloody Sunday evenings or something stupid, and you're talking to fans, and one of their priorities really, for having forked out all that money and energy to get there, they want to be entertained. So it's a fine balance to achieve. I think we're getting pretty well entertained, and the football's decent. But in the end, if we go down, will it be seen as a complete failure? I don't think we will go down anyway. So I'm talking out of the back of my head again. But anyway,
back of your head,
back of my neck.
And I suppose this next weekend, Burnley away, is one of the ones that actually this is one that we would want to win. Whether it's on their ground or not, we would want to win against someone who is inevitably going to be rivals in that space. Danny, have you got a view about Burnley and how that's going to go? Are you going? Because Rob never goes to these away
We
games.
have to win these games. We have to win them, I think. Otherwise we'll get dragged down there, and we'll lose his confidence a bit if we don't start. I mean, that and West Ham, we definitely have to take points. Definitely. I know we're away to that.
And how confident? How confident do you feel? Danny,
I think we have to take at least 4 points from them 2 games. 4 points.
Okay, and Rob,
so if we win Burnley,
I think 4 points. I think we'll beat West Ham and draw at Burnley, but 4 points anyway. So I'd be happy. Yeah, I'd be happy. I mean, I won't be exactly upset with 2 draws, but yeah, like Danny says, we've got to really be aiming to win these. But I just remember last time we played Burnley in a big important match, and we put parts of the bus almost, didn't we? I think it was 0-0. That was last season.
That was at their place last season, wasn't it? Yeah.
So maybe Farke will adopt the same tactics, for one of a better word, because not much tactics in parking the bus. But we'll see. We're good enough. We're good enough to beat them. But it is still early days, and Burnley are no mugs. I know everyone expects them to be bottom 3 by the end, but you just never know. It's already a surprising season, I think, and I think with luck we're pleasantly surprising people. Definitely need to win.
I have to say,
next 2 games.
We talked about this before. I think how competitive we are in every game, apart from the game that shall not be named. But apart from that,
Arsenal.
I think we've been in it. Thank you very much, Macbeth. So I
just
think
named it.
Every one that we've been in, apart from that one, we could have took stuff out of. Indeed, you'd argue we should have. Some of those we've lost. And I think that's a really important thing, because like you said, it's this thing about actually going up. We do need to enjoy these, and they've been enjoyable games. I mean, I've been pleasantly surprised by midfield. We seem to have, what's the word? A surplus of riches there, whatever the word is. Surface to Lopris. Anyway, Danny, do you want to reflect on the players? Who you've been impressed by so far this season?
Well, I think as backlines is doing a good job. The old backline is doing a good job. Midfield is sound. I mean, we've got to take his chances. we're missing far too many chances, and and you don't get given them by the bigger teams.
Nope.
So that's where I think we're just lacking that up front. The wing, and the supply of it all. But we are holding his own midfield and defensive wise, apart from that game. But no, as soon as they start finding back of that net a bit more, it'll be a lot better. Definitely.
Okay, and talking about that, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So, Danny, what's your view about Calvert-Lewin?
Well, he puts the graft in. I mean, we can say his injuries and all like that, but he still has to find that. When you're giving them opportunities to score, you've got to take them. So, and it's his job to score. So, yeah, the emphasis is on him, really. But we'll look better on set pieces. Definitely.
Do you think that's just match rust, Danny? Do you think that's just match rusty? Because he's not played that many games, and I think sometimes people snatch at it. I think he's paid the spaces, but go on.
Well, you can make excuses and say that it's this and it's that, but he's a professional footballer and he's been a striker all his life, so start hitting back of that net. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rob, miss. He sounds more and more like you every day.
Well, it's just Yorkshire common sense, mate. You wouldn't know it down in Black Country. Yeah.
I'm not. Look, we've been through this. I'm not in the Black Country. I was yesterday. I was at Walsall for my Italian meal the other night.
Well, make your mind up. You're a Brummie then. I get mixed up.
Whoa. When you visit Tenerife, you're not a Tenerifean, are you?
You live in Birmingham, don't you?
Yes, I live in Birmingham. That doesn't make me a Brummie.
Well, you sound like one.
No.
You sound like one.
Cheeky sod. Listen, Danny. Don't listen to anything Rob says. He talks shite. Now I'll just talk to the fans. Robert is a great orator. What?
No surprise there. Everybody thinks that. Anyway, yeah, that was. I agree with Danny. That was a bad miss by Calvert-Lewin. Otherwise, he's playing well. He's leading the line well. But the record books are what counts, and he needs to score again.
He does.
But I'm not so unhappy with it. I thought we showed improvements against Spurs as well. Certainly in attack, I thought Okafor I thought his best game for us.
Well, goals, two starts, isn't it now?
Yeah, could be.
You're supposed to be. Yeah. Oh no, I'm Wikipedia man. 2 goals, 2 games. Wonderful.
Really?
Right. Okay. Danny, anything else you want to say about anything in the entire world?
No, we'll just get some dates together, put his heads together.
Okay.
All my branch members and everybody in Bradford really wants to know when next do we. So,
okay. And we will get Howard there. So anyone that's watching, we will be telling you about the tickets when they come out. They will be the new year. There will be some other stuff coming out in the next few weeks. So I urge you to continue watching. WILKO92 going exceptionally well at the minute. As I said, Batty prints almost sold out. So I think it's just leaves it to say, what's that thing? Hiccup, heartburn? No, marching on together, isn't it, Robert?
Sorry, you're talking to me. You're just rambling on, mate. I wasn't listening. I couldn't understand your accent. Cheers. Thanks for turning up. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Dave, for your efforts. Cheers, Danny. Yeah, look forward to next do, definitely.
All right then, mate. Yeah. Good to speak.
See you later, Danny.
See you later.
Cheers, mate. All the best.